Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is to discuss the midway point in the pantry challenge. I cannot believe that we are halfway through already. This has definitely been the easiest year for me. I think I have the most stocked freezer and pantry that I have had since we started this. And honestly, I think a lot of that is just because of the year we had last year. You know, with a total of, oh my gosh, what was it? 30 some days of Doug being in the hospital. That was 30 some days that I really wasn't cooking at home. We had a lot of people feeding the boys while we were in the hospital. When Doug was having chemo, we had meals brought to us. So there were a lot of days I did not cook. And when you don't cook, your freezer and your pantry don't get diminished. So, I mean, the boys were cooking a little bit here and there, but like I said, so many people took such good care of them. And, you know, for that, we are very grateful. So I feel like I had a little bit more. Did I can as much? Did we grow as much? No, we didn't. So we're a little bit lacking in that, but what we're lacking in that, we've made up just because we weren't cooking very much, if that makes any sense. I hope it makes sense up here. Sometimes it doesn't make sense when it comes out of there. So I feel like we were pretty stocked. I feel like we are not suffering in any way. I feel like we are still having amazing meals. So far, you know, I allowed, my rule was $25 a week for fresh produce. Last week was the first money I spent. It was $23. So have a little extra there. And you know, how am I staying in that budget with everything being so expensive? I have a lot of frozen fruit and fruit that I canned. So we can rely on that if we need to, like to make smoothies and stuff like that. I'll use the frozen fruit. I'm not going to use fresh. And also, I save the money by buying in season. Excuse me. By buying the fruit that is in season. You know, I went to buy some strawberries the other day just because I wanted them, and they were almost $6. And they weren't even that good looking. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to do it. Right now in Jersey, oranges are big. Like that is what is inexpensive because I guess that is what is in season. Do we grow oranges in New Jersey? No, but I guess they are abundant somewhere else and we're getting them cheap and delicious in New Jersey. So that is what I try to buy. I try to buy what is on sale. I try to buy what is in season. Same with vegetables. You know, the winter squashes and things like that are in season. And, you know, you can always get carrots and celery at a very, very good price. So I'm just trying to be very cognizant of that, of what we are eating and what is on sale. Trying to think, mangoes the other day were on sale and I did not pick any up and I could kind of kick myself for that. They were 69 cents each and we love mangoes. They just weren't ripe yet, and I just didn't feel like waiting for them to get ripe. Honestly, that's the reason. I probably should have picked some up, but I think we're doing pretty good, you know, with that. Now, this week, I will say I have to cheat just a little bit. So I was making, you'll see it in the video coming out over the weekend, in our meals video, I was making egg bites for breakfast. I had some cottage cheese and some yogurt that were nearing the end of their usefulness, and I wanted to use them up. And the best way to do that is to make egg bites. So I used the cottage cheese, got the yogurt, scraped it. I needed 3/4 of a cup. I had, not quite 3/4 of a cup. I threw it into the batter and then realized I didn't save any yogurt. Normally what I do the minute I make yogurt is I take some out and put it in a little 1/4 pint jar, one of those little tiny ones, and mark it and put it in the fridge. And that way I have my yogurt starter for my next pot of yogurt. I didn't do that this time, and I used all my yogurt. And if you've never made yogurt, it takes yogurt to make yogurt. You need a live active culture. Now you can buy like active cultures in the store, not really around here, but I don't do that. I just use some yogurt from the pot I made previously. Not this time. So I am going to buy a single serve yogurt when I go to the store this week for some fruits, because we need yogurt in this house. Doug eats yogurt constantly, and we've all been kind of wanting it to kind of reset our guts after the overindulgence that was Christmas. And I don't mean overindulgence with eating too much food, just the rich food and the sugars and stuff like that. And I feel like we all need a good gut health reset, and a great way to do that, of course, is yogurt. So we've been hitting that pretty heavy, and now it's gone. So I need to buy yogurt to make some yogurt. So I will be stepping a little bit outside of my rules this week, and that's okay. But I feel like this year is going pretty good. I feel like I've challenged myself more this year than years past. Like the first year I did it, I was a little bit like, yeah, okay. And I cheated a lot. I don't want to use the word cheat. I bent my rules a lot. The second year I did it, I was a little bit better about bending the rules. The third year we did it, last year, we added the rule in of no eating out unless we had a gift card or unless somebody else was taking us out or something like that. But and we did pretty good with that last year. And this year we're doing pretty good with it. We did go for cheesesteaks when Bella was here, but that was family. That was a special occasion. And then we did go out to dinner when the girls were here, but we had gift cards that paid for the entire thing, the entire purchase and tip. So didn't have to, worry about that. So that was really good. But as far as eating out, we have no plans on doing that the rest of the month. We are sticking to the menu pretty darn well. Sometimes we mix it up a little bit. Like when I write it out and say, this is Monday and this is Tuesday and this is Wednesday. Tuesday and Thursday, I really need to have a solid plan because that is when we eat dinner early because Doug has to go to school. The other days, I can kind of fudge a little bit. And this week, we mixed it up a lot. Like we had ribs down to have on Friday night. Well, Adam's going to be out of town and he really wanted ribs. So we moved ribs to Monday and, kind of back and forth and things like that. So that's the beautiful thing too about having a stocked pantry. As long as you have a plan, you have all that food to make those dinners or breakfast or lunches so you can switch things around because the food's there. It's just when you feel like having it. So, but let me show you real quick the what's it called? Inventory sheet. That's what I wanted to say. I'm going to take you down and show you our freezer inventory sheet and what we have left. I want to be completely transparent with this challenge and all that. So as you can see, we are still in pretty good shape. We're halfway through the month. So what do we have left? About 15 days. Now the chicken breasts, usually we use 2 packs when we make a meal. So that's 4 meals left. The ground beef, we usually use 1 pound. Although when we had tacos the other night, we had to use 2 pounds because we had company. We have a lot of steaks. We'll probably be eating a lot of steaks at the end of the month. And a lot of pork chops. We have a lot of pork chops. So I think we're doing fine. And it'll be nice. Oh, I have 1 kielbasa. Oh, you know what? It's not on there because it's upstairs freezer. So I think we're doing okay as far as meat proteins go. As far as bulk goods, that flour that's in the back is empty. And this one here is about half full. But like I said, I've got lots of wheat berries, durum, hard white, soft white. I have about a half a thing of sugar, so I'm good on that. Our oats are good. Whoop, snow shovels. It was snowing here a couple times. Still lots of applesauce. Just canned up a whole bunch more chicken broth. Actually, I think this is all chicken broth up here. I thought this was beef broth, but Doug said he couldn't find any the other day. I moved some green beans up forward that we use. So doing pretty good with all of our dry goods. We're out of cornstarch. And I did find a tiny little jar of arrowroot powder. So might have to be thickening things with flour soon. But looking pretty good, I think. Anyway, so I think it's going well. I am loving that I've only spent $25. I mean, that's made me very happy. Now, I'll talk about this in another video, but technically we spent $625, I think, because our pig share was due in January. This is a first for us. We bought a half a share of a pig. It's coming in February. The money was due in January. The money in the cut sheet were due in January. So it was something that we had like kind of put aside and planned for. So it wasn't part of our grocery budget. It was a little bit, came out of a different section of the budget. So, but we'll talk about that in another video. Probably when we get it, I'll go over exactly what it is, exactly how we chose our cuts of meat. I'll show you the cut sheet and all that. But as far as regular everyday groceries go, $23 so far, friends. So I'm feeling good about that. So let me know down below in the comments how you guys are doing. Let me know, because so many of you are doing the pantry challenge. So many of you. And I love that everybody has their own rules. Like, you know, like I said in one of my other videos, what you eat and what you spend, your salvation doesn't hinge on that. You know, like it's not life or death. It's not, you know, it's not a moral issue. And I love that everybody has their own rules and their own way of doing it. There is no right or wrong way. So let me know down below how you guys are doing, what you're doing. Let me know if you're finding any challenges. Let me know if you're just breezing right along. I think my only challenge is going to be, like I said, towards the end of the month when flour and butter are going to get a little scarce. So we'll see. But anyway, my friends, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend it with me. I appreciate it. Please make sure you check out down below for Kim and Sandy and Edie, and let's see how they are doing mid-month on the pantry challenge. I am sure they're doing great because I talk to those ladies every single day, and so far so good for everyone. So anyway, my friends, that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys on Friday for the next pantry menu.